Morning, guys. This is going to be your new moon in Gemini report. Now, the new moon happened on June 3rd, shortly after midnight at 12 degrees. So, 12 is surrendering and coming from a higher perspective, or removing the feelings and looking at just the facts, ma'am. Okay, it's also about two becoming one. So, this could be the beginning of some kind of union, also, or coming together. Okay, so Gemini is new knowledge and ideas, expressing yourself, planting new seeds. It could be also be information overload, TMI or TMS, too much stimulus. Okay, it's a message of unconditional love, like I said, to become one. And it could also be a new informer or informant, such as in a narc or a whistleblower. Okay, it's also teachers, writers, speakers, and students. It's new ways and ideas, new studies, new communication, and new knowledge and intelligence, also as in life forms. Okay, and new twins, people that are attached at the hip. Okay, two of a kind, peas in a pod. The full moon in Gemini at 19 degrees will be on December 11th this year, okay? And that's going to be at like 7:12 p.m. in Hawaii. I go by Hawaii time, guys. I don't do universal time, okay? Whatever changes you begin developing at this new moon will come to culmination, fruition, balance, harmony, or will be ending by the full moon. Okay, so last week we entered the 6th month, which is the 9th universal month. Okay, so 6 is about love, compassion, intimacy, healers, healing the past, social responsibility, sharing and communicating love, showing your love through service, caregiving, feeding your soul, beautifying and being an inspiration as you are needed. 9 is about healing, compassion, rest, wisdom, setting an example, purging, unconditional love, and endings and forgiveness. June is about healing through love or healing with love, making the choice to care whether or not you're needed. Okay, there's always a way to show you care about or love someone. Always choose kindness and compassion. Okay, so at this time we have Chiron in Aries at 5 degrees, Venus and Uranus in Taurus. I'm not even going to tell you the degrees. The Sun and the Moon and Mercury all in Gemini, Mars and the North Node in Cancer, and Jupiter is still currently in Sagittarius. And of course we have the Saturn, Pluto, and South Node conjunction in Capricorn. And then Neptune and Black Moon Lilith are in Pisces. So what we have helping the new moon in Gemini, we have Venus trining Pluto, and that is very, very passionate. A beautiful, a deeply, intensely beautiful energy. Okay, your love life could suddenly change and it's going to benefit you. Okay, and at this time you could be having a good financial ability, so things could be stepping up in the love life and in terms of money. Okay, and then we have that T-square that exits through Neptune and Pisces, so you could get to change how you feel, look at something after some new ideas or information, after a discovery or an unveiling or disclosure, excuse me, that's the word I was looking for. And then we have the Sun conjuncting Mercury at 29, 29 degrees, excuse me. And that's, somebody's going to take a look at what they previously decided, their train of thought, their communication and listening skills. And there's going to be a focus on new knowledge coming to light about the way you communicate. It could be the ways that you didn't communicate, or the ways that you held things back or held your tongue. Okay, and new knowledge about the way we think, the way we listen, and also the way that we travel. Then we have Mercury entering Cancer, okay, and that's gonna be like, do they really think I talk too much? You're worried about what other people think about you, okay, but you don't let people know. But then too, if somebody spoke out against you, you probably really wouldn't care what they think, because you already have your own ideas, pretty much. Okay, so I'm going to skip through that. If you want to know a little bit more about Mercury entering Cancer, then watch the weekly horoscope. I put a little bit more information into that. Now remember, now these are general. I do the horoscopes for the collective. They're not specific, but they're not general. It's about collective energy and what energies are possible. Doesn't mean it's going to happen to you. It could happen to somebody around you, but I'm just saying that this is what you're going to be seeing. Okay, so the T-square, there's another T-square with another chance to rise above. Is that two? Did I put that on there twice? I might have put that on there twice. Let me see. Oh, no, it's a different one because one involves the moon in Gemini and the other one involves the sun in Gemini. So the T-squares are literally on top of each other. Okay, the sun in Gemini is focus, energy, and light. And then the moon in Gemini is comfort zone. Interesting. They're both encourage you to come from a higher perspective. Okay, so you're being encouraged to look at just the facts. Okay, removing your feelings from it. What is the true reality of situations? Now I'm going to read you the paragraph from the weekly horoscopes. Monday you'll have a decision to make. You may have a lucky chance to rise above, or there could be some lucky communication or information that comes your way. You may also get lucky while you're out and about running errands or visiting with friends. Or someone could be traveling to communicate with you. You may also have a lucky opportunity to travel, or you could win a trip. Today, there's a new moon in Gemini. This could bring some new knowledge, travels, studies, or new ideas about communicating and communications, whether it's talking, teaching, listening, learning, discussions, negotiations, testimony, informants, brainstorming, data, facts, arguments, or fights. This is a time to express what you think, stupid fly. So open up and spill or share. Okay, don't be stubborn, don't be shy. Have confidence in yourself and what you stand for, and try speaking your mind this time. It's the squeaky wheel that gets greased, so dish. Okay, so the numbers we have surrounding this new moon, besides that 12, we actually have 2 12s. And, 12 equals 3. So we actually have 4 3s. That is information overload. I feel like that's downloads, but I think some of this is heavenly downloads and others is surrounding us because Gemini is, visits and communication and travel. It's very social. So this information may be surrounding us instead of us getting downloads. Now, had it been straight threes, 3 3 3 3 3, then I would have said it would have been like an Akashic record download. But we have 3, 21, 12, and 12. 21 is the number of authenticity. So things are going to culminate or come together. You're suddenly going to get some information. You're going to be really joyful about it. And when you express this, you're going to be expressing this with authenticity and creativity. Apologize about that. I had to leave for a minute. Okay, so this is an authentic expression of knowledge. In other words, it's the truth. Okay, because we also have 19 and 2020. So it feels like that there's somebody here, possibly somebody that has some information, and they might have been previously unknown, but they're going to be shedding some light, possibly like I'm seeing like a witness testifying, like somebody who was protected, that saw what was happening, and they really had to dig deep down and not be afraid and speak up about what they saw. And this is encouraging soul growth. So that's kind of what the general feeling that I was getting around these numbers and this transit too. So that might actually be happening somewhere in the world. Okay, so Gemini is versatile, witty, charming, lively, amusing, lighthearted, communicative. They have an active mind. They're very imaginative. They have a creative personality. Decisions are more logical than emotional. They're fast learners. They have high IQs, and they're excellent critics. And they have the ability to analyze and verbalize. They're free spirits, and they thrive on travel, change, very independent spirit. Okay, so with the air signs, hold on. Okay, I just wanted to check. Sometimes I inadvertently miss some information, so I was about to read you some, but I realized that I had put it below. It's not where I was looking. Anyways. So, the shadow side of Gemini is being disorganized, inconsistent, superficial, cunning, manipulative, indecisive, restless, flighty, frivolous, high-strung, discontented, irritable. And it's also, the shadow side is a talent to inadvertently piss someone off and not realize how much you did. Oh boy, sometimes that's a bad thing, but sometimes that's a good thing. Then we have, the physical effects, okay? It can affect your hands, arms, shoulders, lungs. At this time, you could be susceptible to strains and accidents involving your arms and hands. You could also be prone to bronchitis, respiratory ailments like asthma, allergies, mouth, nervous system. Boy, they're running the gamut, aren't they? Third house is communications, intellectual ability, siblings, friends, neighbors, neighborhood, community, schools up until college, the outside world, short trips, cars, buses and trains, your ability to learn the way your mind works, positive and negative thinking, writing, reading, talking, teaching, letters, magazines, newspapers, cheap paperbacks, near relatives, radios, televisions, and Walkmans. Holy cow, I need a sip. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, currently in its own sign, at home in Gemini at 27 degrees. Mercury will go retrograde July 7th at 4 degrees Leo, and will go direct July 31st at 23 degrees Cancer, okay, in the shadow. So be wary of accidents and miscommunications. Aries, this is going to be in your 11th house of hopes, wishes, friends, social life, groups, and society. As you can tell, I got a little bit of anxieties. I want to talk too fast and my mouth isn't cooperating with the brain. Okay, so you're going to have intellect and persuasive expression. Feelings might run high among your close friends, and an intensity is available right now that can renew the love and passion that first fueled your relationships. Okay, so it's worth risking upset to say what you're really feeling. Express yourself. That's the big word around this new moon. Okay, share it with those that matter the most. And there's kind of this crazy atmosphere going on right now, so you can pretty much say something that you haven't said before. Okay, I just heard dump it all out. Yeah, you need to let it go. Let it go out your mouth and let your friends know with honest communication exactly how you're feeling. You might be surprised at how they respond to you, okay? And you could also end up with some valuable allies at this time if you remain honest, okay, and say what you really feel. Taurus, this is going to be in your 12th house of self-undoing, secrets, sorrows, secret dreams, endings, closure, healing, and spirituality. You're going to have a quick mind. You're going to be very practical and persistent. Now, there's something going on. There's eruptions of the subconscious and unconscious, and there could be some troubles and personal revelations. You could discover that how you've been holding yourself back by how you've been communicating or not communicating, okay? And realize that you've been stubborn. The legendary Taurus stubbornness. Okay. If you are working on something right now, if you are making some kind of plans, be careful, because you could accidentally talk too much to somebody else. If you don't want your plans to be blown. However, if this is justified, okay, if you have the purest of intentions, it might be okay. But I would wait until some things come out in the open to make a decision to take sides. Even though you might feel like you have an advantage doing things secretly, open covenants, openly arrived at, are the better part of honor. Okay, so do the honorable thing. Gemini, this is going to be in your first house of self, personality, self-expression, first impression, beginnings, and your attitude. Now, your intelligence is going to be accentuated, and you have the super gift of self-expression. Personal beginnings. You're in the spotlight, stepping up and displaying confidence in a new high-profile situation. You want to maximize any opportunity that you come across, okay? And you'll want to look at your behaviors or your performance. Get additional sleep if you need it. Cancer, this is going to be in your second house. Material security, money and possession, values, work, daily routines, and environment. Your emotional nature is sharpened right now, and you have strong creative instincts and a talent for research. So for a day or so, you might feel a lot of pressure. We need money for this. I need money to do this. All I need is that one piece, but that needs money. Everything requires money right now, and they all seem like they all have to be done right now, and they do. But don't be impulsive. Think very carefully. Try to make a plan. If you invest wisely, you'll get good returns in a couple of weeks. So watch the spending. But when you do have a hot opportunity, you got to make that move, okay? Or you're gonna miss an opportunity. Leo, this is going to be in your third house of communications, intellectual ability, siblings, friends, neighbors, and community. You're going to also have intellect and persuasive expression. Okay, so there's a lot of people trying to get a hold of you, or you're trying to get a hold of somebody else. There's text messages and phone calls and emails and documents, faxes, whatever. There's a lot of communication going on. Your phone could be ringing off the hook. There's new ideas and propositions. Somebody needs your opinion. Somebody needs you to do something, make a decision, and move through it. Okay, it might be a little confusing, so make wise choices. Don't obsess on a single issue. Don't spend too much time on one thing. Okay, move quickly. Right now, you could meet up with some new friends and make some strong personal connections. Okay, vibe tribe time. Virgo, this is going to be in your fourth house. Wow, I'm getting downloads, guys. I've been getting like random goosebumps all day. Might be the Gemini new moon. I'm like being charged with a little bit of energy right now. It's almost like I can't sit still. Okay, so Virgo, this is going to be in your fourth house of home, early and later emotional security, family, roots. You're going to have quickness of mind, be practical, and persistence. Now, for you guys, Virgo, there might be issues in the house. Somebody might be needing some space, okay? So you can either work around the home, okay? You can start some home-related projects because you probably want to organize and rearrange your personal space too. But in order to use that energy or express that energy instead of letting it build up, I suggest you clean, okay? Or you could actually get out of the house and go do something fun together, and you can actually bond, okay? But I want you to open up your mouth and express what you're feeling, okay? You guys, if somebody's getting on your nerves, you need to tell them, or you need to figure out why exactly they're getting on your nerves, because you may discover it's not even them. I don't know what to say, but make sure when you express yourself that you're very clear and that you're not misunderstood, okay? You want to feel at home, or you want to feel comfortable with somebody, and at the same time, you're having a hard time keeping still. Kind of like I kind of feel today. I mean, I still want to sit down because my back hurts, but so many things I want to get done. Libra, this is going to be in your fifth house of sex and creativity, enjoyment of life, resources, play, self-expression. Your keen knowledge will be accentuated, and you'll be able to speak really well. Find a party or make one. Okay, so at this time, you're going to be having some fun. You could be having fun with children, or you could be just indulging in children's play. I don't know, go swing from a tree or something. Sounds like fun to me. It's a good time to engage, but not be a designated driver, okay? So if you do go to a party, have somebody else drive you so you can be safely irresponsible. Love that phrase, safely irresponsible. Scorpio, this is going to be in your sixth house of service and health, responsibility, and organization. Your emotional nature is sharpened. You have strong creative instincts and a talent for research. Strength and intense resourcefulness, far-ranging interest. It's a good time to check your blood pressure. If you're feeling pretty healthy, you're in good shape. If your blood pressure is not elevated, you're doing okay. But if you have some health matters going on, then you need to realize that moderation is the key. Okay, just a little bit. I know temptation is hard, but if you just take a little taste, you won't be so hungry to gobble it all up. You may also want to start something new health habit wise, like a diet or exercise regimen, or even a meditating regimen. Something that helps ground you or helps balance you. Make sure it's reasonable, okay? Don't go immediately for like Sensei Yoga level 10, okay? Try level 1 first. Just saying, I know you want to give it the gusto, but start small and work your way up to make sure that you can stick with it, okay? And you might be like cleaning house and starting fresh in your workplace also. Make sure you don't overexert yourself. I did. Sagittarius, this is going to be in your 7th house of marriage and partnership, relationships, sharing, intellect, and persuasive expression. I messed that up. That's supposed to be separate. Wow. I did do this a couple of days ago, so there was just so much information, as with the new moon in Gemini. Oh. Okay, so you're finding a new partner, or you're turning over a new leaf with an old partner, and there could be this conversation or this confrontation that ends up with this emotional intensity, okay? And this could literally change the direction of the relationship. And it could be overstated, but it's very sincere, and it needs to be taken seriously. Breakthroughs can occur now. Okay, so, ooh, aren't you the lucky one, Sag? You're going to get a closer bond out of this. Capricorn, this is going to be in your 8th house of death and regeneration. Your ability to deal with life. I can't say ability. Intimacy, sex, bonding, shared property and resources. You're going to have quickness of mind, be practical and persistent. You also are going to be turning over a new leaf. But in addition to that, you're going to be reworking and refurbishing things that you have. So anything that's broken down or needs a cleaning or polish or an extra layer of paint or something like that, you're going to be indulging in that, okay? But speaking of indulging, don't overspend. Take what you need, buy what you need, but no more. You want to watch those purse strings at this time. Aquarius, this is going to be in your 9th house of mental exploration, long distance travel, philosophical beliefs, study, higher learning, ethics, and moods. Your intelligence is going to be accentuated, and you have a super gift of self-expression. It's a great time for planning and new ideas or perspective shift, okay? What you need to do is establish a generic pattern and then add the details to it later. We are writing the instruction books on this, right? This is new. Of course, you could also have a new publishing effort. You might be writing something or trying to put something together, and there's a lot of pressure on you to finish the product. Okay, avoid hasty commitments. You need to think first. Be thoughtful and deliberate and measured in all your efforts, even through temptation and discouragement of efforts, okay? Keep going. Pisces, this is going to be in your 10th house of career, public standing, personal status, goals, fame, success, and achievement. Now, your public image and emotional nature are sharpened. You have strong creative instincts and a talent for research. There could be some new developments now at work. There's a little bit of pressure on you. You may have some deadlines, or you may have like your workload may be extensive at the moment. I'm looking at my inbox going, yeah. Make sure you write everything down. Keep track, because sometimes, little details can be forgotten, and this could make all the difference, okay? So keep track of what you're doing and what you need to do. Keep a list by you. If, while you're in the middle of working, write down something that you remembered, because you might not end up remembering later because there's just so much going on, okay? So there's a lot of action, and in the end, you want to be truly represented, okay, for who you are as a person. You want to be authentically represented as a professional, fill in the blank, whatever it is you do at work, okay? And you also could be taking a look at some of your skills, okay? You could be brushing up your resume, or you could be thinking, well, you know, this resume would look better if I had this class on it, or something like that. That's basically it for you, Pisces. All right, guys, that's all I got for you. That is the New Moon in Gemini horoscope. So I love you guys, and I'll see you later. Take care.